to greet the dawning of a new era.
The success of The Lion King was so overwhelming. Success is always great because people see your film, see my work. What is really amazing to me is the fact that people still talk about The Lion King. My name is Andreas Deja, the supervising animator of the character Scar in The Lion King, and this is Notes on a Scene.
Didn't your mother ever tell you not to play with your food?
So here we're seeing Scar for the first time, and by the time we started Lion King, I had just done 2 villains prior to Scar. I had done Gaston in Beauty and the Beast and Jafar in Aladdin. And all animators want to do the villains because they're the juiciest characters, right? So I thought, well, surely it's going to be somebody else's turn. A colleague said, hey, Andreas, Jeremy Irons was just here and did some readings for Scar. I think you should listen to them. So I did, and I just thought, this is gold. The way he read the lines kind of shaped the character, gave him intelligence, but also danger and the sense of humor even. It was just so incredible. Every single line Jeremy Irons read, I want to animate. And so I talked to the directors and said, I know I have just done 2 villains, it's not my turn, but I just listened to these audio takes by Jeremy Irons, and I think I can do something with their character, I really think so. And they said, well, we had you in mind the whole time. So I ended up with Scar as well, my 3rd villain.
As the king's brother, you should have been first in line.
I remember really focusing on the drawing of Scar because he had to look unique. I knew that Mufasa was the powerful lion, big and strong, and physically Scar was weaker. So he was thinner and a little bit more gaunt looking. I gave him special features like a black mane. I thought that was very important. And also the color model, you see these yellow eyes with green pupils. They really stick out.
Well, as far as brains go, I got the lion's share.
Hey, Uncle Scar, when I'm king, what'll that make you?
This was a fun scene to animate where Scar is just holding still and Simba being all playful. And it was my idea that Simba would actually jump on his head. I thought that would irk him even more, that this nephew of his is jumping on him because he hates him so much. Because, of course, Simba would be the next king, and, of course, Scar wants to be that person.
And he's absolute.
I just look at these mouth shapes. It's like Jeremy Irons is talking. I can't really explain what is unique about Jeremy Irons' mouth, but I just remember studying his mouth shapes frame by frame, and I try to incorporate his facial features into Scar, even though it's a cartoon lion, but there was a way of doing that. I made his face narrow. He's got these dark circles under his eyes, so Scar has that too. Here you see a human gesture. He's holding his mouth. Of course, he's acting this out. So I remember having fun with his human gestures.
Well, I suppose you'd have found out sooner or later. You being so clever and all.
This is the first scene of Scar I animated, where Scar is watching the stampede, and I realized I can't act it out myself, as I usually do with my characters, because I'm not a lion. And then somebody at the studio had the idea, maybe we bring lions into the studio here, and then the animators can draw them right on the spot. So we were there on our drawing benches, and with our drawing pads, and then they brought the first line around the corner, and we were like, ooh, stepping back a little bit, cautious here. But we were told they have just been fed, so not to worry, they're not hungry. When you see a lion in your conference room, it's very different than seeing a lion at a zoo. Here's your chair, here's your table, and there's a lion. And you start drawing, but kind of shaking a little bit at the same time. It was really important that we get that sense of movement and weight, and these lions needed to feel real.
Everything you ever told me was a lie.
What are you going
Here we are toward the end.
You wouldn't kill your old uncle.
Your own uncle? I remember Jeremy Irons saying that. It was just so good.
Oh, Simba, thank you.
Scar right here. He knows he's losing, and he's trying to talk himself out of the situation. Simba, I do anything for you. Please forgive me.
Run away, Scar, and never return.
As soon as there is a chance for him to get the upper hand, he will seek it, and he's going to throw some fiery ash into Simba's face, because, of course, he doesn't play fair. Here we go. I get a huge kick out of the fact when you see these lists, top 10 Disney villains of all time. Scar is very often up there. That my work could live on for decades later and really be meaningful, I find that wonderful, to be honest. That's all for now. And thanks for listening to Notes on a Scene.